Tonight on Newswatch 12, a new legislative session is set to begin this week in Madison. We'll have the details on what both parties hope to accomplish. Plus, the Packers' playoff hopes are still alive as they beat the Minnesota Vikings today. Our sports team will break it all down. And ringing in the new year, we'll share how some in the Northwoods celebrate the start to 2023. Those stories and more as Newswatch 12 starts right now.
Newswatch 12 with Kyle Pozorski, Mohammed Abdul-Kawi, and Conrad Sapinski.
Welcome to Newswatch 12 Weekend. I'm Kyle Pozorski. As we begin the new year, many are hoping to accomplish new goals, and that includes the state government, which is set to begin a new legislative session starting this week. Republicans are saying that they plan to explore a flat tax along with creating a budget for all of Wisconsin. Democrats, including Governor Tony Evers, hope that the Republican obstruction in the Senate will end so the governor's appointments to the cabinet positions will be filled. Many political observers also say that with Governor Evers' statewide win in November, it is clear that voters in the state are divided on a clear direction. The new legislative session begins on Tuesday, where Governor Tony Evers will be sworn in for a second term, along with all members of the state legislature. On today's special edition of Meet the Press entitled Democracy Disrupted, Social Media and Our Politics, Wisconsin Congressman Mike Gallagher joined Chuck Todd to talk about Chinese ownership of TikTok. He said the popular social media app is, quote, digital fentanyl.
I think the comparison is apt for at least two reasons. One, it's highly addictive and destructive, and we're seeing troubling data about the corrosive impact of constant social media use, particularly on young men and women here in America. It's also digital fentanyl in the sense that, as you allude to, it ultimately goes back to the Chinese Communist Party.
Gallagher would go on to say that more transparency around the algorithms is necessary. He is now pushing for the House to ban TikTok on government devices, which the Senate has already passed. Someone in Rhinelander today took part in an annual tradition of candlelit skiing. Skiers from all ages were out enjoying the new year and staying active on the Rhinelander Community Ski Trail course. Organizer Chris Kepler believes this event isn't only a fun way to be outside, it's also a chance to learn the outdoor hobby from members of the Northwoods Nordic Ski Club.
And we just sort of want the public to come and enjoy the trail, maybe learn a little bit about cross-country skiing by talking to some of the kids here who are members of the middle school and high school team.
Keppel says that this year's skiing was perfect as compared to previous years, in which the event is usually held on days that there are much colder, and went on to say that he wanted to provide school-age kids heading back to their classes a fun memory to end winter break. Others in Rhinelander rang in the new year by going to Hodeg Park to watch the Lights of the Northwoods fireworks display. For more than 5 years now, the organizing group has put on the Wintertime Spectacular on the shore of Boone Lake. Sunday was the last chance to enjoy the lights for this season, though. If you'd like to get involved with planning for next year, you can go online to lightsofthenorthwoods.org. And meteorologist Conrad Sapinski joins us now for a first glance at the forecast. Now, Conrad, it was kind of cold out there. As usual, it's winter, right? But, what are we going to be getting ourselves into tomorrow?
Yeah, so tomorrow, that's when it gets a little bit interesting, Kyle. Today, though, for that fireworks show, it was looking very nice out there. Temperatures were not as cold. Around 8 inches of snowfall on the ground right now, and then just north in the UP, twice that. So there's, of course, a lot more by the lake with all that lake effect snow. Right now, we do have some mostly cloudy skies, a couple of light sprinkles down south, just south of Madison, but overall, it is looking pretty good for us, just some mostly cloudy skies that are going to continue into tomorrow. But look at these mild temperatures. We're hovering at around 30 degrees right now. Our highs should be in those mid-20s and our lows in the single digits. So it is pretty mild outside today. Still enjoy the mild temperatures because a lot colder air will be moving in just the next couple of days. We do have a little bit of fog in the area right now. Look at Medford, 2.5 miles in visibility, and more fog will continue to start to develop as the west wind pretty much blows at around 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, though, another mild night outside. Temperatures will be in the lower 20s. Kyle?
Thank you, Conrad. The Green Bay Packers are back in action today against the Minnesota Vikings. Now, Serenity, this game had some major implications, so why don't you tell us all about that?
Kyle, it was a win or go home for the Green Bay Packers, but the Vikings also have a shot at the #1 overall seed and the first round bye in the playoffs, with the Philadelphia Eagles losing to the New Orleans Saints today. My partner Saul Meyer is at Lambeau Field to fill us in on all of the action. Saul?
The stakes were high here in Green Bay when the Packers hosted the Minnesota Vikings here at Lambeau Field. The Vikings were looking for a first-round bye in the NFL playoffs, while the Packers were just trying to get in. And a win here wouldn't put them in, but it would make their chances huge for next week's game, so it's win or go home for the green and gold.
I don't think I've ever been involved in a game where we scored in every phase. So you talk about just every phase contributing, and that's what happened.
The special teams unit was able to turn disaster into something great. A horrific start with a blocked punt led to a field goal and a 3-0 Vikings lead. But it's how you bounce back. And the special teams unit bounced back with a 105-yard kickoff return touchdown by Keyshawn Nixon to get the scoring going for the Packers.
Them guys had great blocks for me. They opened it up. I felt like the open sea, I just ran through it. And I knew I just had one person to beat. And once I passed the kicker, it's party time.
Now on to the last unit for the Packers to score a touchdown, the offense. After the defense forced their second interception, Aaron Rodgers and the offense took over, driving down the field and connecting with Robert Tonyan for a 21-yard touchdown to bring the lead to 21. After a dominating game from all sides of the ball, the Packers were able to run away with this game, winning it 41-17 to keep their playoff hopes alive.
Regardless of what happens last week, the fact that we came back from 4-8 and put ourselves in a position to make the playoffs is pretty special.
With the win, next week's game between the Packers and Lions will determine who gets the final wild card spot in the NFC playoffs. We'll make sure to get you all that coverage next week, but for now, reporting here in Green Bay, I'm Saul Meyer, Newswatch 12.
Well, taking a look at what's to come this week here in the Northwoods, the first of 3 races held by the Lakeland Area Mountain Bike Organization will take place on this Saturday. The Lambeau riders invite you to sign up for either their 21 or 11-mile fat bike race. It's a biathlon in a way, which includes a course, a bike race, plus a cornhole toss at the end for a chance to improve your overall race time. Registration is $45 and ends on Thursday the 5th. More info can be found at lambeauriders.org. Free radon test kits are now available at the Langley County Health Department. Radon is a radioactive gas which forms naturally when multiple elements break down into rocks, soil, and water. This can be very concerning to many homeowners because radon is the #2 leading cause of lung cancer in the United States, just behind smoking. If you'd like to receive a kit for yourself, you're encouraged to visit the Langley County Health Department throughout the month of January during their normal hours of operation. And over the weekend, the annual Tuscobia Winter Ultra took place, traversing from Butternut to Rice Lake. Participants from all over the country travel to compete in an 80 or 160-mile marathon, either running, biking, or skiing on the Tuscobia State Trail. Organizer Helen Scotch says this marathon is a great way for people to enjoy the beautiful outdoors of northern Wisconsin. Those who finish in first place in the long-distance event are entered into a drawing for the Iditarod Trail Invitational in Alaska, which takes place in February. The men's winner in the 160-mile running category was Jason Kinsella from Edmonton, Alberta. For full race results, go online to TuscobiaWinterUltra.com. And coming up, Conrad will be back with your full forecast. Plus, we'll take a look at some international headlines. Don't go away. You're watching Newswatch 12, proud to serve Crandon and communities all across the Northwoods.
Looking for work? How about beginning a career with one of the nation's top 10 steel fabricators? Merrill Steel wants to get you started on the right foot, so we are introducing sign-on bonuses as well as a referral program where you can earn up to $3,000. Want in? Apply online at merrillsteel.com/employment.
It's the most wonderful time of the year at Cellcom. Save $500 on Google Pixel 7 or Google Pixel 7 Pro with 128 gigabytes of storage. Or save $200 on all other smartphones. Plus, activate a new smartphone line and get a free Google Pixel Watch. Finish up your holiday gift giving and save $150 on all cameras, tablets, and smartwatches. No trade-in required. Visit Cellcom.com/holiday deals for details.
Carpet City. Uh-oh. Did your holiday hosting create a couple extra stains in your carpet? Or do you just need an update for your old flooring? Come to Carpet City Flooring Center and start your year off right with free carpet installation. That's right, free carpet installation. If money is a little tight, Carpet City Flooring Center can help make your project affordable with interest-free financing. Get your free carpet installation today.
Carpet City. Our prices will floor you.
Start the new year off right during the final days of the Ford Shine Bright sales event. Don't miss your chance to choose from a great selection of new Ford vehicles in stock and ready for delivery. Or place a custom order, lock in your rate, and you're protected. Plus, new inventory is still arriving daily, so you could drive one home today. Now, get an F-150 with 2.9% financing for 60 months and $500 retail bonus cash plus $500 accessories cash.
Are you a night owl? If so, fly on over to Merrill Steel and check out our options for second shift. We currently have openings for every position, and we offer a $1.60 shift premium, flexible schedules, and voluntary Fridays. Apply online at merrillsteel.com/employment.
And welcome back. It's the first day of 2023. Wow, 2022 flew by, but now we turn the page and we're in 2023. Pretty mild start at that all across the country. Down south, temperatures are back to more normal for this time of year. For us, though, we're pretty much under a ridge, so temperatures are a bit above average. We had high temperatures close to the freezing mark here in town, but take a look down south. Look at Stevens Point, 40 degrees earlier today, so all that snow was definitely melting away. Same thing in Green Bay. They came in at around 40 degrees earlier today. Couple peaks of sunshine as well, but overall, for us, we're going to continue to have some above average temperatures tomorrow and then into Tuesday. Look what happens on Wednesday, though. Cold front comes in, cools us off back in the 20s. Thursday into Friday, and same thing into next weekend. Temperatures will be in the 20s. Our average should be around 24 for this time of year, so more seasonable temperatures will be back. Mostly cloudy outside right now. This is the calm before the storm, as more inclement weather will be moving in Monday night, especially during the day on Tuesday into Wednesday, as this storm right about here is starting to form right now closer to Denver. Same thing by California. There's some good amount of showers out there and a lot of snow in the mountains. That system's going to continue to push north and east, and we're going to get in on some wintry precipitation. This is going to be moving in Monday night, especially into the morning hours on Tuesday. Wintry mixing with some snow as well. Then starting to transition to snow during the day on Tuesday, becoming more scattered into the overnight hours Tuesday into Wednesday morning, and then pretty much on Wednesday, the system slowly starts to exit the region, and we all start to clear up, especially into Thursday, and same thing during the day on Friday. So still a little bit early to say how much we're going to get, but it's looking like closer to this time in 48 hours, we're looking at possibly several inches of snowfall. 3, 4, maybe 5 in some spots cannot be ruled out. And before it's all said and done, pretty much by the afternoon hours on Wednesday, that's when everything's going to start to get ready to shovel and plow and get things cleared up. But take a look at all these advisories. The pinks is where winter storm warnings have been posted. The blues, of course, where winter storm watches have already been issued. That will be transitioning to advisories and warnings at that. But they are pretty much in effect till around 5 to 6 p.m. on Tuesday. So these advisories are going to continue to extend all throughout the area by Wausau. Same thing here in our town of Rhinelander. Tonight, though, temperatures are going to be well above average, hovering around 21 degrees. Mostly cloudy skies. Overall, increasing cloud cover continuing into tomorrow. Our 7-day outlook, brought to you by Northwoods Furniture and Mattress, does show that low pressure system in the area moving out by Wednesday. Then we're in the clear Thursday and Friday. Kyle?
Thank you, Conrad. The 2023 Rose Parade is now just hours away, and for locals tuning into the parade, they'll see some familiar faces from 8 Northwoods schools representing the state with a musical arrangement titled Beautiful Wisconsin. Newswatch 12's Matt Weaver has this preview on the new but familiar tune.
When the Northwoods Marching Band fills the streets of Pasadena, California, the sounds of America the Beautiful and On Wisconsin will come together in a special arrangement.
It's like a metaphor, almost a song for our experience in Pasadena, where we're bringing this small part of the Midwest to the grand stage.
Beautiful Wisconsin is the work of legendary UW-Madison band director Mike LaCrone.
What I did, it's not going to be like anything else that people from Wisconsin have heard before.
As the conductors looked for the right arrangement, they reached out to LaCrone, who jumped at the opportunity.
The UW Marching Band has never played this.
Oh, no.
This has never been played before. It was written for us.
What I tried to do is superimpose one over the other so that you got a feeling of both songs are there, but it's a very unique treatment of it.
As LaCrone spent months drawing it up, he relied on a tune he's worked a lot with in his 50-year career.
The first four notes of On Wisconsin, da, 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 that's very identifiable. So if I use that, stick it in every now and then, people think they're hearing On Wisconsin, when in reality they're just hearing maybe a four-measure snippet or a brief statement of what the melody is.
So what's your favorite part about this piece?
When On Wisconsin comes in. My favorite part is any time I can stick in On Wisconsin. It always makes me smile because I put a little myself into that moment.
After lots of collaboration, the band is proud to represent America's Dairyland with this tune.
As we played it back, we could listen to it and go, ooh, now there's something wrong there. Let's talk about that. And we were able to fix the notes, adjust them, and come up with a real fine product.
LaCrone mentioned that his favorite memory of his time in Pasadena was his trip in 1994, and I just so happened to have the sweatshirt of that year when the UW-Madison band got to play in the parade and the game. LaCrone hopes that these students have many more memories of their own. That's a wrap on our coverage here from Southern California. Matt Weaver for Newswatch 12.
At Hardee's, no matter what you choose, it's the right choice. Because our new 4 for $6 deal lets you make your own combo. Mix and match, then feast or snack on the food you're craving, all for just $6. Combine your favorite flavors into the perfect deal with our new 4 for $6 menu, only at Hardee's.
Bag sale. 15% off. So I was thinking we could fix up a few things around here. New cordless drill, so we can finally hang those pictures. LED bulbs. That'll help with the electric bill. Picked up some toothpaste for us. Always need batteries. New coat of paint for the mudroom. And finally, something to unclog that basement sink.
The bag is back. Hurry in and get 15% off everything you can fit in the bag now at Menards.
The holidays are for making memories. And you can count on Honda to help you make them. Whether it's in a capable Ridgeline, adventurous CRV, a rugged Passport, or a dynamic Pilot. Start making memories of your own with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
From the moments that shape our lives to those that shape our days, broadcasters are there, delivering the most trusted news that keeps you informed when it matters. We are your neighbors, a trusted voice, a lifeline. We are broadcasters. Text TV to 52886 and let Congress know you depend on your local TV and radio stations. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Nothing tastes better than savings. Hardee's new 4 for $6 deal lets you mix and match your favorite flavors. That's sweet, savory, crispy, crunchy, or beefy, all for just $6. Create your favorite combinations with our new 4 for $6 deal, only at Hardee's.
Happy New Year! Another 365 days of sports, and more sports. We're about halfway through the inaugural season for the Wisconsin Wendigo, and there are no shortage of highlights for the team based out of Eagle River. The Wendigo are currently in 6th place in the Midwest Division, trailing the Chippewa Steel by only a few points. Leading scorers for the team are forwards Luke Lewandowski, Victor Winlud, and Will Schumacher, who each have scored 21 points this season. The Wendigos' first game of 2023 will be at home against the Minnesota Wilderness in the game 1 of a 2-game series for the weekend of the 13th. The Washington Wizards headed to Milwaukee to match up. The big three of Giannis, Middleton, and Holiday are all out. In the first, Washington's Kuzma assists to Daniel Gafford to put the Wizards on the board first with 2. Bobby Portis from the wing ties it at 2. He's in his comfort zone. Washington's Gafford with a soft touch and score. He got all 4 points. Grayson Allen takes it down court. He'll give it to Javon Carter, who'll score a nice 3. Bucks up. But it'll be Gafford again, but this time with a nasty dunk in the face of the Bucks. Heading into the second quarter, where it's 34-17, the Milwaukee Bucks are down. Grayson Allen with the possession. He'll step back and swish a nice 3. Then right off of the glass, DeLon Wright scores his first 2 for the night. The Bucks are still down. They're going for a lot of three-pointers to make up the gap. Lopez won't get it. A.J. Green getting heavy Bucks coverage, and he'll get his weight, step back, and score. Allen finding Javon Carter. He'll get it, but the Washington Wizards ultimately win this one, 118-95.
Thanks for that, Serenity. When we come back, Mahama will join us for a look at some headlines outside the Northwoods, including how a New Year's celebration in New York took a scary turn. That and more is coming up after the break.
Get up to 80% off list prices during our huge inventory reduction sale at Slumberland Furniture. $20 million worth of furniture and mattresses must go. Lowest prices around on TV consoles, recliners, bar stools, sofas, mattresses, and lots more. Get the deal of a lifetime on clearance, one-of-a-kinds, scratch and dents, and more. Stores are packed with merchandise that must go. Up to 80% off at the huge inventory reduction sale on now at Slumberland Furniture.
Moments of life are special, and suffering from diabetes should not get in the way. US Med's mission is to find ways to make your diabetes more manageable and more comfortable. You deserve to enjoy life without the constant reminder of living with diabetes. If you monitor with 4 or more tests per day, inject insulin 3 or more times per day, or use an insulin pump, you may qualify to receive a continuous glucose monitor, the latest in diabetes technology. A continuous glucose monitor provides blood sugar readings without uncomfortable finger sticks and alerts you real time to potentially harmful spikes in your blood sugar levels. US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurance companies. If you're a caretaker for someone who suffers from diabetes or have diabetes yourself and meet these conditions, please call our diabetic specialist now to see if you qualify for your continuous glucose monitor.
If you're living with diabetes and using insulin, you know the pain of pricking your fingers over and over again. By wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you can reduce the pain of pricking your fingers right away. If you're testing your blood sugar 4 more times per day, injecting insulin 3 or more times per day, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetic Health Hotline today and learn about the latest CGM technology. Not only can a CGM immediately reduce pain, it's accurate, easy to use, and helps you make better diabetes treatment decisions. And if you have Medicare, you can get a new CGM at little or no out-of-pocket cost. We'll also provide free shipping of your new CGM, and we'll bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 4 more times per day and injecting insulin 3 or more times per day, or using an insulin pump, call now and learn how to receive your new continuous glucose monitor at little or no out-of-pocket cost.
Welcome back. New York ran in the new year with the traditional ball drop, but the night would be turned scary for some when a man stabbed a police officer. That's one of the biggest stories from outside of the Northwoods. This was the first time since the pandemic hit that Times Square had no COVID requirements and no limits on crowd size. Police were out en masse, and authorities say one officer was attacked by a man with a knife near the perimeter. The attack stunned many partygoers, reportedly fled during the chaos. Injuries to the officer and suspect are not life-threatening. An earthquake struck Northern California this morning for the second time in less than a 2-week span, according to the U.S. Geological Survey. The 5.4 magnitude earthquake occurred about 30 miles south of Eureka and was centered about 9 miles southeast of Rio Dell. The earthquake reportedly was a shallow one, occurring at a depth of about 17.3 miles. A 6.4 magnitude earthquake shook the region on December 20th, leaving 2 people dead. Ukraine's president is telling Russians they will be fighting a losing battle in 2023. Volodymyr Zelensky spoke to them directly in his evening address on Saturday. He said Russians are not fighting to NATO, as Moscow keeps telling them. He says the truth is they have been sent to war to keep President Vladimir Putin in power for life. But in his New Year's message to fellow Ukrainians, Zelensky made a wish for the entire country.
We woke up on February 24th into another life, being another people, another Ukrainian. The first missile finally destroyed the labyrinth of illusion. We don't know for sure what the new year 2023 will bring us, but ready for anything. New achievements, we will be happy. New hits, we will be steadfast. Continuation of the fight, we will fight. And when we win, we will hug. I want to wish all of us one thing: victory.
Zelensky remarks comes as missile fire continues from the Russian army, which attacked Kherson City 18 times, hitting critical infrastructure sites. In total, the Kherson region was struck 40 times on Saturday. We are learning more about the suspect in the murder of 4 Idaho college students, along with new questions about whether his graduate studies in criminology are a clue for a possible motive. Dana Griffin reports from Moscow, Idaho.
The man accused of stabbing 4 University of Idaho students to death plans to waive extradition to get back to Idaho as soon as possible. According to his public defender for the extradition hearing in Pennsylvania, Brian Kohlberger was shocked by his arrest and says he's eager to be exonerated.
He was aware of the ongoing investigation of the death of the 4 individuals, but he denied, I guess he would say that he implicitly denied any involvement.
Did he kill these 4 students?
I would say at this point, no, but he did not specifically say that, nor did I ask that question.
According to 2 law enforcement sources familiar with the investigation, DNA evidence, and specifically forensic genealogy, was key to honing in on their suspect. Are there any other suspects, or are you 100% certain this is your guy?
I am certain this is our guy.
No doubts?
No doubts.
Police Chief James Fry also making this promise.
Yeah, when we get to where we can release information, I think people are going to go, okay, that makes more sense now why they held everything and why they did what they did.
Tonight, new details are emerging about the suspect's background. DeSales University in Pennsylvania confirming Kohlberger was an undergrad student and got his master's in criminal justice. Several months ago on Reddit, a student investigator with the name Brian Kohlberger invited ex-cons to participate in a research study to understand how emotions and psychological traits influence decision-making when committing a crime.
We're following up on everything. Facebook, Reddit, you name any social media or anything out there.
In recent months, Kohlberger was working towards a PhD in criminal justice at Washington State University, less than 10 miles from the University of Idaho. Former WSU grad student and classmate B.K. Norton tells NBC News, Brian seemed odd from the beginning, but I thought it was because he was awkward, adding he continued to attend classes and continued on like nothing had happened. I still can't wrap my head around it. As Moscow police contend with one of their most difficult cases in years, the chief emotional and grateful for his officers.
They work hard. They did it right. And the investigators and all the team we brought in did it right, and I'm proud of them.
According to Kohlberger's public defender, he was home with his parents when they got a knock on the door around 3 a.m. Friday and saw their house surrounded by police. He said they were all cooperative, but taken aback because his parents say this was out of character for Brian. Kyle?
Thanks for that, Mohammed. When we come back, Connor will have one more final check of the forecast. Stick with us.
Rock Oil Refining is looking for your business. We pick up and recycle used oil and other liquid and solid waste with our specialized collection trucks, making it convenient, affordable, and reliable for you. We're licensed, insured, and follow federal and state recycling regulations that work for the environment, not against it. Let our waste collection system work for you. We can come to pick it up or what option works best for you. To learn more about our collection and recycling services, visit rockoilrefining.com or call us today.
Your personal information gets exposed so often, it might as well be hanging in a museum.
Everyday activities like online shopping, banking, and even data breaches may expose your information and make it dangerously easy to have your identity stolen. No wonder there's a new victim every 3 seconds.
Someone stole my information and tried to buy a car in my name. Felt really devastating, frightened, because I had no control.
And the ways identity thieves can steal and use your information are constantly evolving.
Someone used my information to open up bank accounts in my name. It was terrifying, not knowing what was out there and what had been opened.
Watching your accounts or monitoring your credit may not be enough, but protecting your identity can be easy with LifeLock, a leader in identity theft protection. LifeLock monitors threats to your identity, and if an issue is detected, sends you an alert.
It was a big yes or a big no button. I clicked "That's not me," and LifeLock took it from there.
If you are a victim of identity theft, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it.
If something happens, you have somebody fighting for you. I don't know what I would have done without my restoration specialist.
And you'll be covered by the LifeLock $1 Million Protection Package, including reimbursement for stolen funds, personal expenses, and coverage for lawyers and experts if needed.
With the $1 Million Protection Package, I know LifeLock has me covered.
It can be dangerously easy to steal your identity, but now it's easy to help protect yourself.
I realize identity theft can happen to anybody, so that's why I signed up for LifeLock.
Join the millions of people already protected by LifeLock, and for a limited time, save 25% with promo code 25TV. LifeLock. Identity theft protection starts here.
Call 1-800-951-7218
or go to lifelock.com/25TV and use promo code 25TV to save 25% on your first year of identity theft protection. Enroll now.
Well, Conrad, let's get a final check of the forecast.
Yep, let's do that. It's the first day of the year. Can you believe it already? It's 2023. Taking a look outside, temperatures are a bit on the mild end. There is some warmer air starting to move in from the south. We have temperatures in the 20s and 30s right now. That is well above our average, but we do have another low pressure system. It's pretty much in the west right now in California, same thing in Nevada. And as it continues to push north and east, we're actually going to get in on some wintry precipitation Monday night into Tuesday, then transitioning into some snow during the day on Tuesday, lingering into Wednesday, and then we're finally in the clear Thursday and Friday. Temperatures start to cool off after that low moves out. We're possibly looking at several inches of snowfall, so we'll definitely keep an eye on that.
Thank you, Conrad. That does it for your news, weather, and sports from around the Northwoods. We leave you tonight with this look at this year's Lights of the Northwoods fireworks display. Have a good night.